Pioneer Baseball on PTV is presented by Junebug Yearbook. It's not too late. Go get yours today in room 205. I'm David Kemp bringing you play-by-play today as the Pioneers close out the regular season here in Kansas City, Kansas. Turner High School. First pitch is in the dirt. That one got her in the foot. Kendall Diven will take first base for the Pioneers. And on the first pitch of the ball game, we've already got a base runner. Kylie Simpson now steps into the batter's box. She's kind of batted all over the order and she's played all over the field so far this season. That one's in the dirt. She's starting at second base here today and has moved up all the way into the 2 spot, hitting in between seniors Kendall Diven and Lucy Pennington. The offering. And that one hits Simpson as well. Back-to-back hit by pitches have runners on first and second for the Pioneers. And already some early drama. I don't think either of them were intentional, but you know that's got to hurt out there. Next pitch misses high. Diven comes home to score. Lucy Pennington drives in one on the RBI double. Pioneers take a 1-0 lead and are still in business. Runners are at second and third with nobody gone. Good sound piece of hitting for Pennington. She got a pitch in the zone, unlike the 2 batters before her. Pitch is swung on and hit foul over down the third baseline. That one almost got a piece of third base coach Casey Sloan. McKenna Scully, today's starting pitcher for the Pioneers, showing that she can hit other pitching as well. Pioneers come into today in their road blues. The pitch from Brooks misses outside. Turner Golden Bears in their black tops, black pants with the gold lettering across the chest. Pop fly out to center. Should be a routine play. It is missed at the warning track. It will bounce up against the wall. 2 RBI double for McKenna Scully. Brings home Simpson and Pennington as the Pioneers take a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. Back-to-back doubles drive in both base runners after the hit by pitch. And now Sadie Ormsby gets a chance. Hit down to third. Throw on to first and plenty of time to retire Ormsby. Scully moves up to third, so a productive out for the Pioneer third baseman. As the Pioneers' 4th run of the ball game sits just softball diamond dimension 60 feet away. Liz Miller now batting after the ground out from Ormsby. Pioneers come into this one with an 8-16 record on the year. They've performed much better at home than on the road, but this one gets smoked up the middle, and coming home to score is Scully. Clearly, the Pioneers have shown that they have plenty of capability of hitting on the road, as they have done that here today, coming out swinging to make it a 4-0 game here very early on. Chloe Bachman now getting a shot in the batter's box. First pitch from the righty, misses in the dirt. Actual dirt here in Turner. Back at the Pioneer Complex, it's all AstroTurf. You gotta love playing in natural surfaces, especially on a day like today. Few clouds in the sky, but it is definitely a good feeling here at first pitch. Check swing, she went around. Count goes even, 1-1 on Bachman. Downside to that is a bunch of dust getting kicked up and flying back our way. Pitch to Bachman. Called. Strike 3. There are 2 gone. Bachman watches the strikeout go by. Now Charlie Vigil, the senior, gets a chance to hit. The starting right fielder watches the first pitch go in the dirt. One ball and one strike is even. Runner on first is Miller, who reached on the single. Next one is in there. Called strike two. 1-2 on V Hill, clutching the seafoam batting tape. High ball. That one was above her head. First two Pioneers in the order reached base via the hit by pitch, and Charlie Viejo almost made it a third. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for the top of the first, but not before the Pioneers send four home. We go to the bottom of the first. Bears coming up. McKenna Scully steps into the circle to get things started on the defensive side for the Pioneers, and she starts strong as Winters watches strike one go by. Second offering from 24, fouled back into the netting. 0-2 as the Pioneer righty gets ahead of 0-0 pretty quickly. Haley Winters just getting dominated right now. Looking for the three-pitch strikeout. Just missed the outside corner. 1-2 now on Haley Winters. She started the day behind the plate for the Bears. The pitch. That one came inside and got her. Shaking it off there, clearly in a little bit of pain, but she will take her base. And now Turner has a runner aboard with Madrigal stepping up to the dish. Scully looking to dial it back in after giving up the base runner after getting ahead 0-2. First pitch to Brooke Madrigal. Throw goes into center field, but staying put there is Winters. And now the Golden Bears have a runner on second with nobody gone. Good throw by Divin. It just skipped right off the top of the glove of Bachman. Called. Strike after the stolen base. Scully dialing it back in to even the count. The 1-1. Swung on. Throw goes down to second just to keep her honest. Correction, Bachman was in center to get that ball. It was actually Pennington who the ball skipped off the glove of. 1-2 now. Brooke Madrigal trying to drive in a runner, and she gets plunked on the leg. That one got the left shin, and she will take first base. Both starting pitchers have struggled with command here early, as Scully and Brooks both hit the first two hitters. That's the first time I've seen that this season. Runners at first and second now for the shortstop. Fouled off towards the Pioneer dugout. We'll do it again. 0-1. Winters at first. Madrigal at second. Pop fly back our way. No balls and two strikes. Scully trying to get the strikeout again. Ball misses low. 1-2 now with runners on first and second. Inside, that one almost got her hand. Count even. Watches ball 3 go by to make it full. Pioneers just trying to get out of some early trouble. Scully trying to lock down the Bears. Ball 4 misses. Runners advance, and now they are loaded up for Brooks. Swing and a miss. Ava Brooks taking a big hack at that first pitch. Just came up with nothing. Double play is in order. Pioneers have Pennington and Simpson up the middle. 1-1 evens the count. Ava Brooks surrendered all 4 runs in the top of the frame. Now trying to help her team get some of those back, cut into this deficit. She would love to give herself some of her own run support here. Count is 1-2 on Brooks. The offering fouled off down the first base side. Wind starting to pick up a little bit. Turner Golden Bears trying to improve on their campaign as well. Pioneers have been a little bit more successful in terms of non-conference matchups. But Turner and Leavenworth do share one thing in common, that they're still looking for their first conference win. 2-2 now on the pitcher. The offering from Scully goes high all the way back to the backstop. Divin comes back to retrieve it. Full count with nowhere to put her. Bases are juiced for number 24. The pitch inside, and that will plate a run for the Bears. 4-1 Pioneers still in front, but still looking for their first out of the bottom of the frame. Back-to-back walks bring a runner home. Bears still looking for their first hit of the ball game, but when they're not getting pitches to swing at, you definitely don't blame their approach. Bases are still loaded after Winters came home to score. Swing and a miss to even things up. Scully, the freshman, she's been Casey Sloan's go-to arm all season to start these ball games. Another called strike. 1-2. Pennington will pick it up after the pickoff, and coming home to score is Brooke Madrigal. Runners at first and second now as the Bear on third comes home to cross the plate. Bears have each of the tying runs on second with a go-ahead run at the plate. Swing and a miss. And Scully finally is able to put someone down, advancing second to third on the wild pickoff attempt are Moore and Brooks. Those are the mistakes that you just can't be making if you're Scully. Sending the ball straight into the outfield, I think what might be more important is just focusing on the batter at hand. The last thing you want to do is let those girls advance on you and get into scoring position. The pitch is high. This time the throw goes right back down to Scully. 1-1 offering is in there for a strike. The 1-2. Swung on, dropped third strike. Will go down to Miller at first. Throw back to the plate. Will not be in time. As the Bears make it a one-run ball game. Second to third goes Brooks. Moore comes home to score. And now the score is 4-3 after the strikeout. Called strike one on Burnett. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Burnett. Pioneers trying to come into Turner and get a victory on the road as this one gets fouled off. Of the 8 wins that they have on the year so far, 6 of them have come on their home turf, with the lone 2 on the road coming against Sumner Academy all the way back in April. And so they're definitely looking to get back in the win column on the road. This one got a piece of Burnett in the dirt, and that one got her in the cleats. Runners at the corners now with 2 gone. Third hit by pitch of the inning for Scully. And now Sloan will go out there to have a conversation with her starter. I think she might just be letting the moment get a little bit too big for her. And that can happen for a freshman starting on the varsity squad. She's looked good all season, and I think Sloan knows that she's up for the task. Just going out there to calm down the nerves a little bit. Runners are at the corners now for the Bears. And after the first 4 batters of the inning, all reached via hit by pitches and walks, back-to-back strikeouts brought Scully within 1, as she'll ask for a new rosin bag to try and get a little bit of a better grip on the softball. Like I said, I don't think any of these hit by pitches have been intentional, just the ball slipping out of her hands. So it's smart of her to go to her head coach and try to make that simple fix. First offering to Sophia Teal is swung on and missed for strike 1. Scully seemed to have a pretty good grip on the baseball there. Offering is in there for strike 2. Taken second without a throw is Burnett. Second stolen base of the inning for the Bears. Haley Winters was the last Bandit to do it. 0-2. Pop fly, and that one will land right behind Divin. Both of the Bears will go back to second and third. Count remains 0-2. Scully looking for the strikeout. Grips that rosin bag once again, shakes it out. Just trying to get a feel for the softball. The 0-2 to Teal. Pop fly. That one gets into the netting. Foul on the first base side. Back-to-back foul balls keep Teal alive. Pioneers made it 8 deep through their lineup card in the top half of the frame. Now the 8-hole hitter getting some hacks for the Bears. The 0-2. Foul tipped. Divin can't hang on. 0-2. 3 foul balls in a row. And Scully still just trying to catch that break. Runners at second and third, inside for ball 1. The hit by pitch, the most recent hit by pitch coming with back-to-back strikeouts. Scully looking for a third K of the inning. High and outside. 2-2. Twos all over the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Scully trying to send us to inning number 2. Pop fly. And we'll do it again. Count even on Teal. In the dirt, and it is full now to the 8-hole hitter. Good job battling back from the 0-2 count. She's fouled off 3 pitches and watched 3 go by for balls. The 9th pitch of this AB is coming up. Ball 4 on a pitch that looked right over the heart of the plate to me. But clearly a different opinion coming there from behind the dish. And they are loaded up once again for the second time this inning. Ball 4 to Teal. Loads him up. Those are the kind of calls that are so deflating if you're out there as a pitcher. When you're just one good pitch from getting out of the inning and you start to get fired up because you think you got it, this one gets fouled off to even things up. But just not getting the opinion you want from behind the plate. Defense on their toes with Bears at every bag. Pioneers have Kendall Divin behind the plate. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Getting the leather in the infield is Liz Miller at first, Kylie Simpson at second, Lucy Pennington at short, and starting today at third base is Sadie Ormsby. That's the Pioneers' defensive alignment around the horn. The 1-2 misses low. From right to left, Vigil, Bachman, and Rubhausen, also batting 7, 8, 9 in the order. 2-2 count now to Murphy, trying to flip the lineup over. Popped up and sent foul again into the net. Chopper, and that one got a piece of the bat, and he's going to call it a foul ball as it got put out of play as it went directly down into her own batter's box. And we'll do it again. Back-to-back 2-strike foul balls. Keep Murphy in it. The pitch. Ball 3 high. Full count again. Nowhere to put her as the bases are loaded. Tying run represented at third base. Scully deals. Called! Strike 3 to keep the Pioneers in front. McKenna Scully works out of the jam to keep the 4-3 lead for the Pioneers as the Turner Bears leave them loaded. We go to the top of the second, 4-3, Leavenworth in front. Ramsey Rubhausen now getting a chance to bat here in the 9th spot. Back in the circle is Ava Brooks. And she looked like a bowler there. Just rolling it down to home plate for ball 1. Ava Brooks, her offense picked her up a little bit in the bottom half of the inning. But she still trails 4-3. All 4 of those runs earned in the top half of the first. In the dirt for ball 3. And she is giving Haley Winters a workout there behind the plate, having to squat down and get the stop all 3 times. 3-0. Misses low. 4-pitch walk puts Rubhausen aboard. Now getting into the right-handed batter's box is Kendall Diven. She was plunked in her first AB and came across to score. First pitch to Diven, hit to the opposite field, and it gets down in fair territory. Rounding third and coming home is Rubhausen. She will stay put there as she takes the hard turn but elects to play it safe. Smart decision with Kylie Simpson coming up behind her. Runners in scoring position now for the Pioneers, as their second baseman will get her chance to hit here. She was also hit by a pitch in her last AB and also came across to score. First offering to Simpson inside. Coming home, Rubhausen. And the head first slide will score her. Pioneers extend the lead to 5-3. As Rubhausen comes home, Diven advances to third. And now Simpson has an opportunity to drive in a runner. Each of the first 4 Pioneers came across to score in the first. Outside. Diven and Simpson reached base after getting hit by Brooks, with Pennington and Scully delivering back-to-back doubles to drive them in. 2-0 to Simpson. High! Foul ball. That one into the net. Ava Brooks trying to settle in a 3-0 count. Pitch to Simpson is high and outside for ball 4. Lucy Pennington now gets a chance to hit. Runners at the corners. Pioneers with a comfortable lead, but she'd like to make it more, especially after the Bears showed some signs of quality offense there in the bottom of the first. First offering to Pennington. Misses for ball 1. McKenna Scully waits on deck. She's on the mound for the Pioneers, bringing a no-hitter into the second inning. The problem really has been the control, and that's what's given the Bears their 3 runs so far. Ava Brooks gets set. In her windup. Swung on and missed off the outside corner. Taking second on the stolen base without a throw is Simpson. And now with 2 in scoring position, Pennington has a clear opportunity to drive some runs in. 1-2 is swung on and hit to the opposite field, just outside the first baseline. Barely missed the chalk down there. 1-2 after the foul ball keeps Pennington alive. She's slated to start on on the mound, but she's slated to start in the circle for the second half of the doubleheader. Today she's at shortstop. Line drive out to right, and that one will get down and past Burnett all the way to the wall. 2 come in to score. Diven touches home. Simpson is home. And Pennington as the throw goes wild, will come home to score. Little League home run plates 3 as the Pioneers take an 8-3 lead here in the top of the second. The blooper out to right field probably could have ended at a single, but it rolls past Burnett all the way to the wall. Pennington gets all the way to third, and then the throw in rolled all the way to the dugout, and Pennington basically walked home to score. The Bears have shown signs of life from the batter's box here early, as they did plate 3 in the bottom of the first. But if McKenna Scully wants to get the win in this game, her offense giving her this much run support certainly helps. Ormsby waits on deck, and now Scully is at the plate. First pitch from Brooks is outside for ball 1. And the dirt, 2-0. Scully is 1 for 1. She doubled in the first. The offering swung on and ripped hard out there, landing on top of the shed. Pioneers currently in the Acacia standings, as this one is hit foul. They currently sit 3 spots above Turner. Two and two now on 24 in that right-handed batter's box. From the windup, pop fly out to left, and that one will get into no man's land. Base hit for Scully. She now has a single and a double on the day, and the inning will continue with nobody gone so far. Pioneers hunting for that mercy rule, as the bats have come alive here in inning number 2. First pitch to Ormsby misses. Scully sits on first. Inside, almost got her on the hands. 2-0. High. Pioneers currently sitting at 12th in the conference, Eastern Division, with Turner currently in the 15 spot. Nope. Fresh count now to Ormsby as that one misses high. Both runners advance. And they're going to say that one did not get a piece of Miller. She will stay in the batter's box. That might work to the Pioneers' advantage, though, as she now gets a chance to hit with runners in scoring position. In the dirt and coming home to score is Scully. Advancing to third is Ormsby. And the defensive play today for the Bears has been downright sloppy. 9-3 Pioneers in front. Ormsby waits at third, 60 feet away. Another one comes back, and coming home to score as the ball was dropped, head first dive, and Ormsby plates the 10th run of the ball game for the Pioneers. So much going on with that one. And back into the box is Miller. Keep in mind, this has all happened in one at-bat. When this started, Ormsby sat at first, Scully was at second, and each of them have come all the way around. They haven't even stolen a base in this ball game. All of the Pioneers' base running runs have come via the wild pitch or the failed pickoff. Count goes to 3-1 on Liz Miller. Ava Brooks, a pitcher for the Bears, still looking for her first out of the inning. High for ball 4. And now Chloe Bachman gets a chance to bat. She struck out in her first AB. Runner at first after the 5-pitch walk. First offering to Bachman in the dirt. Liz Miller thought about taking second, but she stays put there. Probably thinking, why would you risk it when the girls behind you are going to give you the support they have been? Throw down to first, not in time. Winters behind the plate, trying to keep Miller honest there. She didn't even try to make a dive to get back in there. Ball 3 misses. And now potential green light for Bachman as she is in a hitter's count all the way. Charlie Vigil waits on deck. The pitch. Misses low for ball 4. Pitching coach for the Bears will go out there to have a chat with his starter. As we will take a quick break.
Sophie, what's your number? Sophie.
New arm for the Bears as Sophia Teal will get into the circle now as starting pitcher Ava Brooks trots out in the left. She will take over there. First offering to V Hill misses for ball 1. Runners at first and second as the next one misses outside again. Final line is not closed on Ava Brooks as the runners on first and second both belong to her. But so far, 10 earned runs come in across the first and the second. Pioneers sent 4 home in the first and 6 home here in the second before the coaching staff here at Turner finally had enough as V Hill will take ball 4. Feels like deja vu as the next Turner pitcher comes in and just continues on with the trend we've been seeing all afternoon. Bases are juiced as the lineup card flips over. Pioneers have batted around here in the second. The 0-1 to Rubhausen. Called strike 2. Teal already doing a better job at finding the strike zone. Oh, 2 offering misses high. V Hill sits on first. Bachman at second and Miller at third with 2 Pioneers in scoring position. And Ramsey Rubhausen watches another one go high. She led off the inning with a walk. In fact, walks have been quite a trend so far in this inning, with 6 already, featuring 4 consecutive walks. Swung on and hit down the left field line, fair. Coming home to score is Miller. Bachman comes across behind her. V Hill stays put at second as Ramsey Rubhausen makes it a 12-3 ball game as the Pioneers bat around without recording an out here in inning number 2. That run rule could be approaching fast as the Pioneers are just running up the scoreboard here early. Now with Kendall Diven in the leadoff spot right under the glove of Madrigal. V Hill stays put at third, and now the bases are loaded up once again for Kylie Simpson. She walked and stole second in her last plate appearance. Came across to score after the Lucy Pennington single, which very quickly turned into a run via a series of errors, both fielding and throwing for the Bears. Bunts it. That one stays put right in front of the plate, and the force at home will retire V Hill. Finally, the Bears get their first out of the inning as Pioneers trade spots on the bases. Advancing to second is Diven. Rubhausen at third, and Kylie Simpson after the failed sack bunt is on first. First pitch to Pennington is in there for a strike. Lucy Pennington is 2 for 2 on the day. She's also gotten some help with 2 errors, helping her score in the second. Pop fly over towards the practice fields, and that one will roll almost towards the opposite pitcher's circle. Lucy Pennington choked up about an inch above the knob of the bat. Kicks and fires. And that one didn't even leave the circle. 1-2 on the ball that never even really had a chance at getting Lucy to chase. 1-2 is hit on a frozen rope out there to left. Rubhausen comes across to score. Station to station go the Pioneers, as they will remain loaded for Scully. Divin at third, Simpson at second, Pennington at first. Scully hits the first pitch she sees out there to left. Foul ball makes it 0-1 in favor of Teal. She's done a good job at getting ahead in counts, but the Pioneers, kudos to them. Staying back on pitches, waiting, working deep into at-bats, and making contact when they need to. Right there. High fly ball out to left, and that one will die at the warning track at the base of the wall. Throwing it in is Brooks, and the bases clearing double brings 3 across to score. Scully in a pickle, and it will get all the way to the dugout. Coming across to score, in with the head first slide. And the bases clearing double turns into another Little League home run. Pioneers have a 17-3 lead here in the top of the second. Another one of those plays that escalated quickly. Bears just hunting for that second out and unwilling to give up on it, as all 4 come across to score for the Pioneers. That's one where, in my opinion, you got to just eat it and not go out of your way to get that out. They had an opportunity to keep Scully at second, but she comes all the way across to score after some sloppy defensive play. Out to short, throw on to first is in time for the second out of the inning. 2 gone now. And now Liz Miller gets into the batter's box. Base is empty for Miller. She grounded out in her first AB before walking in the second. Line drive to the opposite field gives her her first base hit of the ball game. She stays put right there, not wanting to test this defense any more than they've already been tested, with Chloe Bachman hitting behind her. It has been all Pioneers thus far. V-Hill waits on deck at this point, and if it could get that far, Charlie reaching base would mean the Pioneers bat around twice in this inning. Another line drive down the third baseline. Station to station, the Pioneers continue. Runners at first and second for the Lady Pioneers. Line drive out to left, and that one gets caught at the track by Ava Brooks to retire the side. Pioneers send 13 across the plate in this frame as we go to the bottom of the second. Leavenworth firmly in front.
You got Allie. 5's re-entering for 20.
Pioneers lead 17-3 as we go to the bottom of the second. Leading off is Haley Winters for the Bears. Leavenworth, if they could put up the offensive production in the third that they have the first 2 innings, then they could very easily shorten this game via the run rule. They just need the deficit to grow by 1 to make that happen. Scully already struggling with some of the same issues she had in the first inning. Back-to-back balls begin the AB. 2-0 on Winters. Inside for ball 3. Haley Winters, she was hit by a pitch and came across to score in her first plate appearance. Strike 1 keeps Scully alive in the at-bat. Pioneers looking for just their 3rd road win of the year. Check swing. Blue says she went around. 3-2 the count now on Winters. Scully looking for the full count offering to set her down. In the dirt for ball 4. Well, the good news is that McKenna Scully still has the no-hitter going. The bad news is that the alternative to giving up hits has not been too great today for the Pioneer righty. She's given up more walks than strikeouts on the day so far. Runner on first, nobody gone. Swing and a miss. Divin with the fast pop time, scaring Winters back into first. That is not an arm you want to run on behind the plate. The 0-1 is inside. Count goes even on Winters. Scully started the last inning with back-to-back hit by pitches. Already done better than that here, but I mean the outcome was the same as Haley Winters reached on the walk. The biggest goal moving forward for Scully to improve her game as a throw down to second has her beaten by a mile. Kendall Divin with the sniper guns down Winters there at second. Caught stealing for Kendall Divin. And like I was just talking about a second ago, that's not an arm you want to be running on. And she reminds the Turner head coach just why right there. Liner right back to Scully. Throw on to first is routine. And just like that, a rocky start to the inning has completely shifted with 2 gone. Pioneers lead by 14. And the Bears, trying to claw their way back into this one, have done pretty much the opposite. With as well as the Leavenworth Lady Pioneers base running has been so far, the Golden Bears have done just the opposite in this frame. Pop fly onto the practice fields. Well, foul. And Scully is quickly ahead. 0-1. Grounder right back to the mound. Throw on to first in time. And that will retire the side. Scully faces the minimum in inning number 2. We go to the top of the third. Pioneers trying to put this one on ice. Second inning concludes after the Bears learn the hard way not to run on Kendall. And now the Pioneers are trying to pull ahead for good. Well, pull further ahead for good. They currently lead by 14, which is a pretty comfortable margin. Rubhausen getting her chance to lead off for the second inning in a row after the Lady Pioneers nearly batted around twice in the last frame, as 17 girls in blue jerseys came across to hit. Outside, 1-1 is the count. Staying in the ball game is Sophia Teal. She came in to pitch for Brooke Madrigal. 5 of those 17 runs belong to her. 2-1 now on the Pioneer left fielder. Outside for ball 3. That one looked closer to me than it was to the batter. Divin waits on deck. Hopefully she'll get another chance to hit with runners aboard. Teal trying to stay alive in the AB. She does not do that, as Kendall Divin gets a chance to hit now with the runner on first after the leadoff walk. Rubhausen walks for her second consecutive at-bat, or second consecutive plate appearance. And now Kendall Divin, the starting catcher for the Pioneers, will get her opportunity. High pop-up into the Bermuda Triangle, and it will fall for a error. E9 out there gives Kendall Divin the base, and now Kylie Simpson gets a chance to hit with runners at first and second. That one was in the air for a long time. Plenty of time for Burnett to get under it, but it just pops in and out of the glove, and the Pioneers are safe. Liner out to short, and that one gets outside the glove of Moore. Coming across to score is Ramsey Rubhausen, as Kendall Divin dives into third. Kylie with the RBI double makes it 18-3 Pioneers, with 2 in scoring position for Leavenworth's RBI leader, Lucy Pennington. Her highlight of the season was the grand slam against Atchison back in the home opener. She's got an opportunity to do something similar here, although no one occupying first base currently. But a 3-run home run is certainly not something we'd be complaining about. 18-3 Pioneers in cruise control right now. Scully trying to close out the win. Swing and a drive out to right. This one's got a chance. It is long gone. Lucy Pennington leaves the yard with the 3-run homer being her third of the year, and she will come across to score as this becomes a 21-3 ball game. Pennington saw the second pitch of the AB and just drove it out to right field. That one is not coming back. The Bears having a little bit of a chat out there by the rubber. Teal likely going to stay in this ball game. Switching to a different arm at this point probably wouldn't help too much, especially with the offense struggling in that second inning. 18 runs is not a deficit that's easy to overcome. I almost wish we were to play the full 7 innings just to see how much we could get the score up. McKenna Scully now will get her chance to hit. Tough act to follow as she bats behind Pennington, who has been the main source of power for the Pioneers this year. For those of you in the region who've enjoyed watching her this year, you don't have to let it stop. She'll be staying home as the senior commits to St. Mary's University next year right here in Leavenworth, Kansas. Liner out to Scully, and if you want to keep watching high school softball, this is the girl you want to watch, as the freshman has been raking it all day. She gets herself in another pickle. Last time this happened, she came across to score, and rolling all the way to the Pioneer dugout goes the baseball. Diving into second after the throwing error is Scully, and this is starting to feel a little bit like bullying. 21-3 as Scully takes second. Liner down the third baseline fair. Coming across to score is McKenna Scully. And the RBI double makes it 22-3. Pioneers have just been tearing the cover off the ball. 10 runs now charged to Teal out there, and she's yet to record an out this inning. Liner out to left, and feels like a broken record for the Pioneers. They just keep on going back to that same swing, dumping it out there to left field, hitting on a line drive. And if the 22 runs on the scoreboard is any indicator, I'd say it's working. Runners at the corners now for Bachman. First pitch to Chloe Bachman is hit right down to third, and she recovers, but not enough time to make the throw as the Pioneers send their 23rd across to score. Hard hit baseball makes it 6 hits in a row for the Pioneers. Although the Pioneers have clearly passed that threshold for the mercy rule, Turner is required by Keisha to get one more chance to hit in the bottom of the third inning, considering they're the home team. So, with only one gone so far, this could get ugly. Bachman was retired at first, for those of you who weren't picking that up, as she left early on the last play. Hopefully that doesn't affect the chances of winning the ball game. 0-2 now on V Hill. Called strike on the inside corner. Retires V Hill, 2 gone. Backwards K for V Hill, the second out of the inning. And now Ramsey Rubhausen getting to hit again. 6 runs have scored since the last time she was in this batter's box. Taking her practice cuts. Hasn't had to swing the bat much yet today, as she sits in a 1-0 count, make that 2-0. And in her first 2 at-bats, she walked. I guess in that case, no official at-bats on the day, but she walked in both plate appearances. Kendall Divin waits on deck. She reached on an error the last time. 2-0 to the left fielder. Swung on and missed.